guys, welcome back. So today I want to show you this lick. It's going to be using some triads to walk up the neck with. I've done a few videos on this type of thing, and the other day, you know, when you first pick up the guitar, you just kind of rattle something off real quick, some little kind of noodling type of thing. And that's all this was, and I thought, you know, that's kind of cool, kind of a great way to get up the neck. So I just kind of sat here and added some other stuff to it at the end. But basically, it's a take on this lesson I did called the pentatonic triad scale. It's this system I came up with when I was first trying to blend together major and minor pentatonic. And basically all it is every pentatonic position, you have 4 different triads that stack right on top of each other on each set of strings. And so we're going to take advantage of some of that, especially being in G. We're going to use some of the open strings here in the first position. And we're just going to use some triads like G major, C major, B flat major, and E flat major to walk up the neck and get into some licks here at the end. So I'm going to palm mute some of this. I'm not going to hybrid pick anything. I didn't really hear that kind of hybrid picky twang that I normally like to use when it came to this lick, so I'm just going to pick everything straight. I'm going to mute out and dampen the E, A, and D string and kind of let the G and B ring out a little more. But we're just going to start out kind of outlining your G, C, and F triads. But for F, we're not going to use the C, we're going to use the open G, right? Like a... So basically we're going to slide in from 2 to 3 on the low E string, then hit 2 on A to open D, and then slide in 2 to 3 on A, hit 2 on D, and then open G. This will be your C, right? And then we're going to slide in 2 to 3 on D, and from here, after we slide in 2 to 3 on D, we're going to hit G on 2, and then hit the open G. So instead of outlining F, I'm just going to hit G again because I think it sounded cool, right? So that'll be your first part. The slides is kind of what makes it sound that way, right? Then we're going to slide in to G major. Just slide into 5 on D, get 4 on G, 3 on B. Then we're going to take that same shape up to B flat. And we're going to have 8 on D, 7 on G, 6 on B. Okay, and then we're going to take that same shape up again 2 frets, have your C major triad. Alright. Then we're going to walk that up to E flat. So you slide into 13 on D, 12 on G, 10 on B. And when you get to 10 on B, hammer on to 13. And then hit 12 on G. Alright, and then we'll get into the rest. So that'll be your first half. And once you hit that G, we're going to slide into 15 on G, but we're going to do that with our ring finger, right? And once you get 15 on G, bend it up. And then we're going to get 13 on B. Let me explain this a little better. After you bend up that 15 on G, stop the bend, take your ring finger off, leave up your middle finger bending 14 on G, right? So we're just bending up this note. And then get 13 on B to 15 on B with your pinky. And then bring down 14 on G. And then land 12 on G, right? Okay, and then from here, we're going to start on G, bend up G on 12 a whole step. Then get 10 on B with your index finger and 13 on B with your ring finger. And after you bend it, mute it out, right? Alright, and then bring down the bend. Bring down that bend on 12 and hit 10 on G, alright? Alright, so that'll be your first little part there. And we're going to finish it off doing this kind of reverse Reiki thing, right? So what I'm going to do is I'm going to pull off 18 to 15 on the high E string. And I didn't realize, this is kind of a happy accident, I didn't realize I was doing this till I watched back the video of me playing this. Normally if I played this lower on the neck, I would use like my index and my ring finger to mute out and make the rake. But when I'm up here for some reason, my pinky, I wanted to hammer on to 18 again. So it's like I hammer onto it, I pull off and then hammer back onto it before I rake it. Does that make sense? So basically pull off 18 to 15. And then put your pinky back down on 18. And then rake it back. And bend up 15 on G. And then get 12 on G. Alright. And then from here we're going to hit 12 on G again. And rake back from G to D. Kind of mute out that G. Pull off 15 to 12 on D. Then hit 15 on A. Then hammer on 13 to 14 on A. And then get 15 on E. And let 15 on E and 14 on A ring out together. Kind of get that G7 triad. Alright. And then we'll just play the full G7 triad here. 15E, 14A, 15D. And I'm just going to walk it up chromatically, going from G7, F7 to F sharp 7, right? Back to G7. And then just kind of hit some harmonics if you want. Whatever you want to do, right? So that's the whole lick. Let's go through that real slow. We'll have Alright, so that's the whole lick. You can kind of add in some harmonics at the end if you want, since, you know, D, G, and B is your G major triads. So just kind of hit those, make it sound kind of cool. And that's everything, right? So just kind of see how all these triads fall underneath your fingers. Kind of see what positions you're in, you know, when you're up here, position 1, position 2, position 3, position 4. And just kind of mess around with it and see how all these things fall. You can kind of memorize different patterns. And this way you can play in any key at any time and not really have to think about where you're at. You're always going to have a system in place to kind of move around the neck, right? So that's the whole lick. It's fun to play. Just practice slow. Have fun. See you next time.